The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Live video streaming of this event is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to Viewpoint on 96.3 FM. Today, before we get to our two wonderful guests, a shout out for, I guess I can say, public service announcement.
All right.
Coming up in October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And anyway, I know it's not in our minds to call and schedule our mammograms, but ladies, get on that. Make your phone calls, get that scheduled, and get that taken care of, because you all are important to all of us. So, with that said, we do have two special lady guests here from the Atlanta Fall Festival. And I cannot mess up their names, folks, because both of their names are Shelley. So this is great. We got Shelley 1 and Shelley 2. So we have Shelley Bittner and we have Shelley Reed from the Atlanta Fall Festival. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here on Viewpoint.
Well, thank you for having us. We appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Yes. So callers, listeners, please call in with any questions about the Atlanta Fall Festival, any kudos you have too for the committee. Call in at 217-648-5510. So how long has the festival been going on, the Atlanta Fall Festival?
I actually had someone do some historical digging back in, March, I guess, and they discovered it started in 1950 with the American Legion reached out to the Atlanta High School at the time because they were doing a homecoming event, like all schools do, right? And they said, hey, let's make this homecoming event a little bit bigger than what y'all do, which I don't know what the high school did at the time, but they said, let us help you put on this event. And we actually found some articles that talked about they added a bigger parade, they added like a softball tournament, they had a couple dances, they had bands, they had all kinds of new stuff that the Legion brought in, the American Legion, and then it kind of went from there. And eventually the Lions Club got involved, the Rotary, and it just grew over the years. So technically this is our 73rd year.
Wonderful. That is neat. That is neat. I remember growing up, and it's not been as long as Jim has been, but I remember from my younger days, it used to be a little carnival, little rides, and everything. And I believe, now correct me if I'm wrong, there was rides back in the day back at the ballpark, right? Or something.
No,
Or what
it
was
was
it?
always at the park.
Or was at the Atlanta Park, that's right. So yeah, but I remember, little kiddie rides
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Unfortunately, carnivals are harder to get.
Right.
Because that dreaded word, COVID, several of them shut down, and I actually got a master spreadsheet that from the state of Illinois of approved companies and went through it, and I was shocked at how many I would try and find their website, and I would call, number disconnected, the website's permanently closed, and the other issue being we're a small event,
Yeah.
and when you own 20, 30 carnival rides, you need a big event to go to in order to make your money, to pay for your employees, to pay for your
The fuel just to even
right.
come, yeah.
Right. And we are not that.
Right.
We are small. We can accommodate maybe 6 or 7, especially now. The park is a beautiful park, but back in the day, not to age myself or you, but we didn't have the pavilion. We didn't have that beautiful State Farm grant playground equipment, and then there's more trees have been planted, so it's a beautiful park, but it's not conducive to
what they could-
carnival,
yeah, to be carnival.
in order to have space, Plus we have some power lines and things like that affect it. And so, when I reach out to carnivals, it's like, hey, we can fit maybe 8, 10, pushing it, carnival rides. That's not interesting to them,
Right.
And I do know of another event that had a carnival booked for their event, and they got canceled.
Yeah.
And so they ended up not having a carnival after all either. So, we're going to try for next year again, but we made multiple phone calls, emails, on their websites, hey, we'd like to book you.
And it's okay. I mean, you guys are making up for it. So tell me, so to fill in that gap of not having, a carnival, to sit on
Right.
some rides for kids.
We have added some new activities. So we've added a pet parade. And
Oh, that's
neat.
Do they dress up their pets?
You can, yes.
Okay.
So we have let's see, best costume, best costume and animal and owner.
Like matching
okay.
costume?
Right, matching costume, right.
Okay, there you go, Jim. That is perfect. You have 5 dogs.
There you
and
go.
You come back as a
There you
jolly
go.
green giant with the sidekick.
There you go. There you go. My little giblets or niblets.
Right.
The Green Giant did have Sprout as his
You
son.
can have sprouts. So you have
That's what they're called, sprouts, right. Biggest pet, smallest pet, and then looks most like their owner, that thing where, you and your pet look alike
Right.
somehow. We've got competition for, that from 2 to 3 on Saturday. We are doing a first responder event, which is from noon until 2 on Saturday.
What does that entail?
We've got the Illinois State Police are bringing 2 vehicles, possibly 3. The Logan County Sheriff Department's bringing their mobile command unit. The Atlanta Fire Department is going to do a demonstration of, I'm not 100% sure what they call it.
Where they extract the like a car victim, when they have the
Car extraction.
the car extraction.
Bring the jaws of life and show how
Right.
to.
They're going to demonstrate how to do that.
Oh,
so
wow.
we'll have them, we'll have the fire department, we'll have the rescue squad, the police department. They're all going to be there. So it's kind of like a, what do they call it? Touch the truck, I think, event from 12 to 2. So bring out your kids, let them, check everything out.
I think it's funny you say that about kids, but I'm sitting there going, because my son was in the military and he's going to be a firefighter, and I'm like, this is going to be cool. I want to come check this out. I mean,
Yeah.
because how many times have you wondered some of those things and how they run stuff like just from the command center, and everybody loves fire trucks and police vehicles. I mean, as long as, the police aren't chasing you or something. Everybody loves, to see inside them. It's exciting.
It is.
Especially for the kids.
Well, and to, we all need volunteers. Our local fire departments, and rescue squads run off of volunteers.
Right.
So what a better way to say.
Good publicity for them, too. To
yeah.
get to talk to people, good connections.
Right. Right.
And come check it out. I mean, like she said, her son's now looking at being a firefighter. You know, and this is when kids can talk to them. You know, they can
Maybe
see
a career is
Right.
a career
You know, they
fireman
might
or law enforcement.
take an interest in it, right?
So, yeah.
You know, so we're doing that. We're doing the pet parade. We've got 6 bounce houses.
Oh, my
which
goodness.
2 of them are like for the little guys, you know, 4, 5, 6-year-old. And then we've got 2 that are going to be like what I call the middle age group. 7, maybe 10, 11. You know, it's kind of hard to actually put an age on it because you might have a 7-year-old who looks like they're 9 or 10, but you might have, really. But you might have a 12-year-old that because they're small, they look like they're 6 or 7, you know. I mean, so it's more going to be kind of size oriented. And then we have a 68-foot obstacle course.
Oh my
That
goodness.
is for basically, you know, 10 all the way up to adult. And then we have the giant slide, you know, and so we're hoping that everyone will enjoy those. You know, they'll come out, and we're selling wristbands at the bank and at the Atlanta Library. And so if you want to come pre-purchase, $25 for a wristband for the whole weekend. And then, or if you buy by the day, it's $10 per day. And we're going to have those at the park. And then we've got, of course, the parade on Sunday. We're going to do Bossy Bingo, which I did not know what that was.
I was going to say, some of our listeners don't know. I do, but what is Boston?
Well, it's, you take a bingo card and you create it and you sell squares on it, and we're charging $10 per square, and then you set up a little bingo card on the ground, and you bring a cow in, and wherever the cow does its business is whatever square wins
the money.
And you win, you know, half the pot. So if we're doing $10 a square, and I think we're hoping to do 100 squares, you could win up to like $500.
Oh, wonderful.
You know, so now if they do it on the line, then you have to split it between
everybody.
But yeah, I've never seen this before.
They don't
so
have complete accuracy. I don't think.
That's true.
You're correct. I raise cattle. Yes, they do not. So.
Yes.
Out of science.
Oh, that's neat. So for the parade, what's your theme this year for the parade?
Television's days gone by, and this one, Shelley, created a list of what?
And I forgot to bring it.
100?
I have 127 on my list, and I've got it categorized. I mean, they were going to try to get it onto the website at atlantafallfestival.com.
Oh my gosh.
But it lists it per decade. So the 50s, like from like Rawhide, and there's some in the 40s, like Little Rascals. I mean, we're talking old. And then the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, 90s, even, you know, like up to like 2010.
So
I
like
think we did.
Gunsmoke.
Oh yeah, the
Starsky and
70s had the
Hutch.
best and the most as far as, of course, I asked ChatGPT, like, give me all the info, you know, give me the scoop, and Google didn't give me enough, so I had to ask.
Dukes of Hazzard. If anybody's got a Dukes of Hazzard car out there, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But like I said, the Starsky and Hutch.
It's an organization like Brady Bunch, so there's like
Yeah.
a bunch of people if you've got an office or something. But yeah,
So people can walk in the parade dressed up.
they can.
Right, they can either have a float, and we opened the category of float up, okay? When we were kids, a float was a rack wagon, rack wagon, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, you can use, I think they're called a car hauler wagon.
Yeah.
Or a gator, a golf cart. But you have to make an effort to decorate it
Right.
with the theme, and you have to have some kind of, you know, dressing, costume. You know, you can't just throw a piece of poster board on there and say, hey, we're the whatever. And,
Dukes
you
of
know.
Hazzard with nothing.
That doesn't quite count, you know. You got to show a little effort. But we want people to go on the website and register because we are going to have an announcer. David Renfro is going to be sitting in front of City Hall and announcing, like back when we were kids, all of the floats and all the walkers and, you know, talking about them, you know. And so, you know, please feel free to go on and register. Unfortunately, you cannot throw candy from the vehicle anymore. You have to have a walker to do that.
Really?
It's an insurance issue. And unfortunately, if we didn't prohibit that, our insurance is null and void for the whole event.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm not sure why. I'm assuming
know?
somewhere
It's a
along
general
the line,
liability. Yeah.
you know, somebody's gotten, well, and I know myself personally, I've seen little kids run out in front of cars as they're throwing candy.
Right.
And so, you know, kids are fast.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if mom's standing right
if you have
there.
their hand and they
you
throw it
know,
right out
they run out there. So I'm assuming somewhere along the line somebody's gotten hurt. You know,
Right.
and the insurance companies are like, hey, you know, you can walk along and give it out, perfectly fine, but you can no longer throw it
Yeah.
from the vehicle, unfortunately. But you know what? We've got, I think, 10 or 12 floats registered, and you know, almost every one of them have a vehicle and walkers as well. And so we're looking forward to that. We're encouraging them all to play their theme song, whatever their theme song
Yeah.
is.
Of their TV show.
Of their TV
Yeah.
shows.
And you know, really try and blare it out there so we can hear it. You
Yeah.
know, and we've got kids from Olympia South walking in the parade or riding bicycles as well. We're trying to really get back into that because when we were kids, everybody did that. You know, your whole class all dressed up and
Yeah.
like the Jolly Green Giant over here. You know, and you know, dressed up and.
The kids don't have to be, the Early South kids don't have to be in the television Days Gone By theme. They can dress up whatever they want.
Right, and just be a class.
And just be
Yeah.
a class, or just be, you know, a few of their friends together, or whatever.
That's
their
awesome.
teachers or whatever.
And we're giving prizes for both the floats as well as the kids.
Oh, really?
So, because back in the day they did. They
Yeah.
judged you and you got prizes. And so the floats will get first, second, third, as well as the kids will get first, second, third, either on the bicycle or walking. We have two different categories there. And we'll be giving those out after the parade at the park, at the stage right there. So we're really encouraging everyone, you know, come out, watch the parade, be in the parade, you know, and if you've got an old car and you want to come be in the parade, if you've got an old tractor, you know, farm equipment, you know, hey, bring it, put it in the parade, you know, and just like we've got a couple old classic cars already, and so we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I know Logan County's got a classic car group, so
Yeah.
that would be great if they could,
Right.
you know, come
Yeah.
out.
I'm not
to-
sure how many of them are coming, but yeah, I
A
know
lot
they
of
reached out.
cars, when we reached out, they had other events
to
going
go to,
on.
yeah.
Right, because it was like Labor Day or the weekend after. It's a good time of year.
Yeah. The weather hopefully
Provided it's
will
not
hold
too
and
hot.
be good. Yeah, yeah. Well, with that, we're going to take a quick timeout break with some commercials, and then we'll be back with Shelley 1 and Shelley 2 from the Atlanta Fall Festival here on Viewpoint. Hi, thank you for tuning in to 96.3 FM on Viewpoint. If anybody's got any questions or kudoses for our two committee members here from the Atlanta Fall Festival, that phone number is 217-648-5510. While we were doing commercial break, we were talking about food. That's on our minds. And the bags tournament, the bucket raffle, the princess competition, and Prince, I should say too, and Prince here in the book. You guys have a lot planned. So for your bucket raffle, what's the bucket raffle?
Okay, so one of the things I wanted to do this year is do some sort of an event that would give back to an organization in the community. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the events around the area, when they have their fall festival, they have a charity that they give some of their proceeds to. I know there's a couple of them that they give out several different checks to different organizations. So we decided we were going to do a bucket raffle, which is you buy tickets, like, $1 or $5 or $6 for $5, or $1 a ticket, and then you walk around and you look at the different items or baskets that we have, and you put your ticket in the container in front of the one you would like to win. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then you're picking what item you're interested in versus just a generic drawing and not knowing what you're going to get. Right. The proceeds from that are going to go to Olympia South PTO for them, because of course they haven't been able to do a lot in the past couple of years, so this will help them to be able to do more for the school. Nice. And so we've got a boys bicycle, a girls bicycle, we've got sports memorabilia, we've got gift cards for different restaurants, hotels, we've got cash, we've got a car detailing, and we've just got, I was hoping to get 10 items to put on the raffle, and we've got more than 100, I think, when you look at all of them.
That's
so
wonderful.
We're actually combining a lot and putting them in baskets, you're going to win this whole basket full of stuff.
Right.
We've got an American Girl doll, we've got
TV?
You got a television?
Did somebody?
we have a TV.
You do have
we
a
have
TV?
yes. Of course, that won't be at the park. We'll just have a picture of it.
Right.
Yeah, so that they get knocked over.
Right. They'll break it. But yeah, we've had a couple people donate the bicycles. It's just been great, the response we got,
That's wonderful.
So bring your cash and buy, like I said, it's $1 per ticket or 6 tickets for $5. Wow. And we'll be doing that Friday, Saturday, and then drawing at 6 o'clock on Sunday evening.
Yeah,
So-
we've got artwork from some artists that are up and around the community. We've also got, baskets of because we want the moms and the girls to feel left out. So business stuff, work totes or travel totes for the girls, and I guess it could be a guy too, but more so for the girl, and books and all kinds of stuff in a basket. And then, like they said, they've got gift cards and things like that thrown in, and they'll have stuff listed so that you'll be able to see what's in each, they've got it folded or whatever so nothing falls out. They'll have a list so you know what's inside. It's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So that's going to be going on all weekend, and I'm hoping we make a lot of money for
The
them.
drawing for that is
Sunday at 6 o'clock.
Do you have to be present to win?
No. So you're we had some special tickets made, and my wonderful volunteers on this, Brenda Gary and Sue Chinwith, have worked really hard putting this together, and I'm really appreciative of that. They actually had special tickets made, so you will buy your ticket, but then you'll fill it out with your name and your phone number, and then we'll draw, and if you're not there, we will call you, and then make arrangements to get it to
pick
you.
it up then.
So, so you don't have to be present to win.
which is really nice. We'd love everybody to stick around, obviously, but sometimes you can. It is Sunday at 6.
Yeah.
So we might have to, speaking of food, dinner.
So competitions, you guys have a bags tournament.
Yes.
brand new event. It's very popular going on right now. A lot of different festivals have added bags tournaments. So we have added a bags tournament on Saturday. Registration will start at 12:30, and then the tournament will start at 1, and it'll go until about 6 o'clock. And it's $30 per team to register, and so that's not bad. $15 a person, you know.
the prize is
and the
half
prize is half the registration fee.
Yeah,
So depending upon how many teams we get registered will determine how much money you get.
Right.
I personally have never been to a bags tournament, so I have no idea what this is going to look like. But we have two professional tournament hosts, Jack Renfro and David Renfro, do a lot of tournaments for different
really?
events, and so they're going to run it for us.
Lloyd, are you going to enter?
Probably not enter, no. It'll throw off my softball pitching if
That's
I
I mean, I know you throw balls, so I thought the bags would be, you know, up your alley
Maybe
there.
maybe if they do it off season.
Off season, okay. Okay. Don't, yeah.
Before we get too far away, though, I did have a question. You said the drawing for the bucket items will be Sunday night, but folks can buy tickets throughout the, like, where would folks buy those tickets, and where will the buckets be that they can put the tickets into their entries?
You know how we have the pavilion there by the barn where they have the dinners? We're going to have a booth for the bucket raffle there, and you'll buy your tickets there, and then we're going to have the buckets right there, and you'll just walk around and, you know, pick what one you want to put your ticket in. And so it'll be starting at 5 o'clock on Friday and go until like 9 or so on Friday. And then Saturday we'll start about 3 and go again until 9. And then Sunday it'll be from 4 to 6, last chance. Come get your ice cream at the ice cream social,
Yes.
and do your little last chance to put raffle in, and you know, anything like that.
Wonderful. And you got a cake contest,
The baking competition.
baking. Is it pie and cake, or is it
It's
just
pie and cake, yeah. If you actually go into, you can either go to the website or you can look in the program book, and it gives all the rules for that. We have a wonderful volunteer, Jessica Ubrook's been doing this for several years, and she coordinates the whole thing, gets her judges and everything, and me personally, I would have a hard time doing it because I would want to eat all of them, or sample them all.
Taste it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But they're going to be, drop off everything at the community hall or the community house right there, and then they do the judging in the morning on Saturday, and then Saturday night we will do the auction of all the baked goods.
Oh, wow.
And that'll be about 8 o'clock on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
And that's really big. I mean, I was surprised at all the teenage kids, believe it or not, that were coming up when we were sitting in bingo last year going, look what we got through the auction. Like, they were actually spending their money on buying all the goodies. Like, and they were teenagers. It was like, really? You know,
so you
thought it
mentioned
was just
community bingo then too?
Yeah.
yes,
That's
we
always
are doing
fun.
bingo as
Yeah.
well, and that is being run by Robbie Pullen, and he is taking over from two people who have been doing it for years. Mark Sherman and Randy Brooks are going to retire, and they're going to be allowed to actually participate in everything this year. But they are helping Robbie get everything organized, and then the proceeds from that are going to go to the St. Mary's Catholic Church.
Oh, neat.
They are, I guess, looking to put a new roof on, and so they're going to get the proceeds from that.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. And that's, so it's, okay, I'm reading in the, bingo is on Saturday.
Well, we have it on Friday from 5 to 10.
Oh, good. Uh-huh.
And then Saturday as well from 3 to 10. And then they won't be doing it on Sunday because the Catholic Church is also doing the ice cream social, which is a donation thing. They're not going to have a set price for the ice cream, but it'll be a donation. And it's my understanding they're going to do like a chocolate chip cookie with then ice cream on top.
Yeah, that's
And
really good.
or a couple different flavored cookies and with ice cream on top. And so,
Wow.
you know, the parade tends to be a very warm day, and I believe it's supposed to be about 85. And so after the parade, come down, get some ice cream, cool off, you know, do some last minute shopping in the vendors, do the bounce houses, and then come on over. We're doing our last merchant drawing, 50-50 drawing will be 6 o'clock on Sunday as well.
Oh, my
Yeah, we
gosh.
have to be present for that one, right?
For the merchant drawing, you do have to be present to win.
Okay. Okay. And they're having the ice cream social at the church then?
No. It's at the barn
Oh, it's
in the
okay,
park as
in the
well.
park there too,
Yeah,
so.
no, all of the
parade.
food is in the barn, what they call the barn. They're at the park.
At the park, okay.
The firemen dinner Friday night, the Methodist men Saturday night. The Atlanta Christian Church is doing a lunch on Sunday.
Oh, wow.
And from 11 to 1 after the community church service. And then the ice cream social will be at 4 o'clock after the parade as well in the barn.
Wow.
And then the bouncy houses will be going till 6.
Right.
So on Sunday evening.
And Lloyd
too.
can go down the big slide.
Yes.
That's right. Or you can do the obstacle course. Either way, you know.
Either one will try.
Well, my attitude is we're going to try them out. When we get them set up Friday, we're going to have to try them out. you know.
So I'm going to record you ladies trying
Actually, I'm hoping to get Julie out there.
And then, are we allowed to announce the Grand Marshal?
You sure can, yes. Who is your Grand Marshal this year?
Tom Parks, who the whole reason we're here today is because Tom came to me in October, November last year and said, hey, I've been doing this for 15 years and I'd like to retire from doing it. Would you be willing to take it over? And after talking to a few people and thinking about it, I said, well, okay. And, we decided that because he did it for so long, he should be our Grand Marshal.
Oh, that's
this year.
wonderful.
And so we have a nice article that he gave us information for in the book. And, of course, he'll be leading the parade. And we thought that was quite fitting.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to help out, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours,
We
3
do
hours.
need help
Do you
with
need
the bounce
help?
houses.
Okay.
What we're trying to do is, I've heard a couple horror stories about other events where they didn't really have adults manning the bounce houses and keeping the right ages in the right area. So we are actually going to put up snow fencing to kind of like cordon so that there's
Coordinate.
an entry
Yeah.
and you have to come through the entry to get to the house, and
you
then we're going to
exit
have
a certain
people
way.
there, okay, you guys get, I don't know, 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever, go bounce, and then, okay, you guys need to get out and let these people in.
So you need coordinators, basically.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
If anyone is available Friday evening, we're trying to do 2-hour time slots, so you're not there the whole time, So like 5 to 7 Friday, 7 to 9, and then also like 3 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 9 Saturday. Please reach out at our email, atlantafallfestival@gmail.com. And let me know, hey, I'd love to help for a couple hours. I'm available this time. And all you're really going to be doing is just standing there kind of monitoring the bounce houses and just making sure, that the right number of people are in there at a time and they don't get too many or the wrong size kid in there with little guys or whatever.
What's the website, for the Atlanta Fall Festival?
atlantafallfestival.com.
Awesome.
I know, pretty easy, right?
Yeah, that is very easy. Very, very easy. So, Mr. Ash, Mr. Kirby, do you have
Talking
anything?
about the bands?
Yeah, yes, you have bands coming.
You do.
We have Atlanta's Own, which is a group of people that live in Atlanta that have formed their own band, and they reached out to the community and said, hey, if you'd like to sing with us, come and rehearse. And they have been rehearsing quite a bit, trying to get ready for it. And
That's Friday,
that's
right?
Friday night, and then Saturday night we have Marty Davis's Eights and Aces band. So we're looking forward to that one as well. And then on Sunday, we have, during the ice cream social, we have a brass,
Quartet.
it's actually, I think, 5 people, so I think it's a quintet, coming from Illinois State University. And they're going to be playing like some, jazz-type music during the ice cream social.
During the ice cream social.
Yeah.
So.
So.
And Friday it's from 7 to 9 that they'll play, and Saturday it's 6 to 8 that Eights and Aces will play. Yeah. Wow. So
All at the Atlanta Park.
all at the
at the
Atlanta
Atlanta
Park,
Park.
and they'll be up on the stage. The bands. Well, I don't know about the brass jazz thing.
They're on the stage too.
They're all going to be
Yeah.
on the stage too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is at the park except for the parade. And then there is one event on Saturday at 11 a.m. The Atlanta Museum is doing a dedication and to Lucille Pesch, and that's at the Atlanta Museum. So, but everything else is right there at the park, on the grounds, at the stage, in the community building, or in the barn, somewhere on the park grounds.
Right. And then the parade is the normal parade route, starting at the school, going around, and coming back towards the park.
Oh, wonderful.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
And we've probably forgotten something, but I know. It's like,
You guys have got a lot. That's neat.
We actually
and it takes a great village to put this together.
Oh, it does. How the Legion has done it for so many years with the small group they have. I mean, I reached out to a couple friends and relatives, my sister, and said, hey, would you help me with this? And then we held a couple, hey, if you're interested in helping, if you have ideas and suggestions, come to a couple meetings. We did that back in, I think, February and March, before we actually started meeting then on a regular basis. We did have other ideas, but we would research them and then go, you know what, not this year. We'd love to do that, but maybe not this year. Or
kind of tabled them.
Right,
so for something else.
and like the bags tournament, we're trying it, see how it goes, if it doesn't work out, then we don't do it, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be, from what I've heard, it's going to be very good.
Bags is popular,
Yeah,
so
it's
yeah.
very popular.
we also had somebody mention, like, hey, let's do a marathon. A lot of these, they do marathons and they raise it, and we just couldn't get the right, things put into place in order to have that. So that's one of the things that if people know or participate in those, if they want to help out and volunteer and help us get that going next year,
That'd be
that
great,
would be
yeah.
really great. And
Yeah.
so we do need volunteers. We're looking for volunteers. And you can volunteer in so many different capacities. You don't have to just be at the Fall Festival and not enjoy it every single night, or you don't just have to be in the committee and, So there's different ways you can help and volunteer, whether it's through a donation or with your time, or maybe through connections you have, maybe you know somebody who has a carnival or a great food truck or something, and you can go, hey, come on. Yeah. Come on.
That is one thing that the festival is a totally self-sustaining event. So we don't get tax money. We don't get, grants. We don't get, the city provides the labor to help set things up. But we don't get any money from anybody,
We're not funded through anything.
And so the money, when you buy an ad in our program book, that money helps pay for the festival. Some of the other little things like the merchant drawing, the 50-50, part of that money goes to help pay for the prizes for the parade, helps pay for the entertainment for the bands.
House, the carnival itself.
The auction of the baked goods helps pay for, things. So, we are totally self-sustaining. And, like she said, if you have, connections, or if you have an idea, we're probably going to take a few weeks off here after the festival and then start working on next year.
Regroup and get ready for the next year. Yeah, because it does
Right.
take about, a long time to get things
And the
planned.
sooner we
lined up.
get started, the better it will be, as far as, we'll probably know more in advance of what things we're capable of, securing, and hopefully, it'll be even bigger and better next year.
Yeah. I mean, the mayor's been awesome. I've met with him several different times on different questions, and Tom Parks has been wonderful when I've called him and go, hey, how do I do this, or how do I do that, and Randy and Mark are also been great
Yeah.
consultants for us, but it does take a lot, and I have been so blessed to have about 23 people, I think it is, stepped up and said, hey, I will help. And I've been able to just say, you know what, you've done the Prince and Princess contest, do it again. Let me know what you need.
Yeah.
You want to do the baking contest again, tell me what you need, and we're there. I've had people step up to do the program book, selling the advertising, and just every now and then they would say, hey, how do you want us to handle this, or whatever. The bags tournament, I just said, hey, tell me what you need, I'll help you, but if I hadn't had them, I'd be a nervous wreck right now, but so I have a great committee, and please, You know, if you see any of the people, you know, thank them, you know, because they've put in time too, you know. So
Neat. Well, thank you so much, Shelley Reed and Shelley Bittner, for being on Viewpoint today with the Atlanta Fall Festival. And if everybody's tuning in, please go up there and eat and partake and have fun this weekend.
yes, please
Go to the
join us.
website and check it out, or pre-register for events. There's stuff there at AtlantaFallFestival.com.
Awesome. Thank you.
Live video streaming of this event is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.